We've made it to the end.
We are ready to have fun, and I know that the two kids pictured in this photo had a lot of fun. And this seems like a no-brainer, right? The walk should be fun, but you put so much time into planning and organizing your walk. You want to have a few tips for a successful walk day, and I can't stress this enough. Please, please, please pick a landmark as a meeting location for your team. No matter where you're walking, you may think, well, I can just coordinate on my phone, or, Susie will text me when she gets there. The site can be very loud. You might not have good cell service that day with so many people using their cell phones and uploading their great photos to Instagram. Pick a meeting location. Whenever possible, coordinate travel plans for your team. Maybe you can all carpool together and save on parking. You can all take the same subway and, meet at the subway station and grab a cup of coffee before the walk. That will make it easier. You won't have to run around all walk day trying to find your team members. And definitely communicate your meeting space and location to your team members, as well as the time. You want to communicate this out a couple times before the walk. People don't always read their emails. People don't always remember what you texted them, and 20 texts later, they've forgotten what time they're meeting at the walk. And I always say to arrive early. There's a lot of activity on walk day. You want to visit the tents. You want to be there for the kickoff ceremony, and the times may vary by walk location. In New York, we start our registration, check-in, tents, and DJ at 8:30 in the morning, and we walk at 10. Another walk may be a twilight walk. So make sure you have all of those details and take so many photos, not just because it's a fun day and you want to share them, but it's a great way to thank your team. Send out a team photo after the walk and say, hey, thanks to everybody who donated and came out to the walk. Here's a nice photo of us. Or, go on ink and have it printed on a postcard and write a handwritten note to all of your team members. Your photos will also come in handy next year. So when you start your team next year, you take that photo and you send it out to the people who couldn't come out, and you say, hey, we missed you last year. Hope you're going to be in this photo this year. And plan a post-walk event, and that can be the walk day. So, for instance, in New York, there's a lot of people who go out to lunch after the walk, or have a barbecue at their house, or go see a movie. There's other people where in a couple weeks later they'll bring in brownies or bagels at the office just to thank everybody for supporting the event. But you want to keep the momentum going and really make an experience of the day. It'll make it so much more fun. And I'm actually going to bring in Jessica on this because I think she's got some tips about walk day. I know the jaywalkers are always in full force. And Jessica, do you want to talk a little bit about your walk day?
Sure. Okay. So walk day, we definitely find a meeting place, as you said, and we always plan ahead. But more importantly, we're either all dressed up crazy because one year my son decided, you guys had a great picture of it, to wear a purple mask, and he wrote Lupus man on it, and he had on even a purple boa. So he just, we just had a great time, and that's what's most important about it, to surround yourself with family and friends. A lot of people, like you guys said, can't make it. But at least if, you wear your team shirt, or if someone wasn't able to get the shirt and they're able to, just wear purple, whatever it is, I just strongly feel that as long as you're surrounded, by good people who, not many will know what we're going through because, which I'm grateful for that, because that means they're not dealing with what we're dealing with. But in the same turn, because they love us, because they are the, close family members or really good friends, they're willing to be there with you that day and support, your fundraising goal and, your efforts. And I think that the most important thing leading up to that day, because, we can have fun and sometimes it gets really emotional, seeing other teams and other people. And I think leading up to that day, the most important thing is, to do it with grace, gratitude, and a really good attitude. we have to go into this, thinking positive, and I think that day will be really successful when you do that. When you, as you guys said, when you show the gratitude for whether it's a donation or just your team members being there, uh, you make it personal for them, because it's not only personal for us, and we can have a goal of whatever it is, $1,000, 1,500, whatever it may be, but at the end of the day, my mindset is that I'm not only doing it for myself, but I'm doing it for a lot of people who want to find a cure, who want to raise awareness. And when you make it personal, even on that day, from thanking each person individually, as you guys said on social media, once you get to that day, and everyone sees how, your team is united, your team is having a blast, and you're just making the best of the day. I think that's what's most important. But I have to say that with anything, if it's really not for the LFA, who shows so much support to us, whether it's the personal cards that we receive, because I'm sure many of you have received those cards, just saying thank you, just showing us support, giving us, that extra boost we need, because sometimes it could take a toll on us. But and just your support alone, that makes, not only, the whole fundraising effort, but that day, it makes it, all worthwhile, especially seeing everyone come together. So it's really not so much about having just tips, it's just about having the right attitude, going into this, and I think we get really good results from that.
Well, Jessica, you have just said it so eloquently, and I think I think people are going to really appreciate your words, and I think this is such a good spot for us, because we've actually come to the end of our power hour.